Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Kingdom's Queens podcast. We are officially done with week 1 of the NFL.
What a week.
What a crazy week it's been. Sadly, the Chiefs took a loss to the Lions for the opening week to start our season off. But who doesn't love starting the season with a little bit of adversity, right? So it is what it is. We're here to talk some Chiefs football with you guys, and we can't wait to dive into it all with you. So I'm your host, Lexi.
I'm Chrissy.
I'm Jodi. Hey, y'all. So let's get into it, I guess. Chris Jones officially came up with a contract, and I guess it doesn't make sense to call it a contract because we're already playing this year. So we have officially created a 1-year deal for Chris Jones, which he was going to play this year anyway.
Right.
And he now has a tag to where he can go out and talk to other teams, but the Chiefs can also give him a franchise tag next year if they choose so. What are your thoughts about Chris Jones?
I feel like he needs to fire his agents and find new ones because what a horrific job they did for him. Because the thing is, and I'm sure you guys would say the same thing, the amount of money he just lost in fines. Chris Jones says, oh, I'll make it up, but it's not guaranteed. And you still lost that money you could be earning on top of what you hadn't lost. So I mean, there was a reason that the details of the contract were released quietly this morning because, had the agents been proud of the deal they got Jones, they would have been like blasting it all over social media yesterday. So Chris Jones needs to fire those Katz brothers and find somebody who will actually take good care of them. They're not the Katz meow.
I love Chrissy's dad jokes. I'm glad Chris is back. I'm so glad this saga is over with because I'm so tired of talking about it. But I'm glad he's back. We've all wanted Chris Jones back. We've all wanted him paid. This isn't like a secret, whatever. But it's like you said, Chrissy, it's just there was nothing gained from this entire thing. Like, he sat out. We lost the first game. Was that fully on him being gone? Not really. But obviously him being there would have been helpful. But, he lost so much money in fines that I don't really understand what his agents or him or what anyone gained from any of this.
I think it was very selfish of his agents. They were thinking more about their dollar than Chris Jones's.
There was a very strong stand, which I understand. Yeah. You deserve to get paid, and I know you were fighting for that contract. But now it's just a 1-year deal, and we restructured it, and there's just more incentives for you to get paid more this season.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
No, I go ahead. I don't know.
So Chris Jones's deal is $19.5 million with up to $25 million worth of incentives. Those incentives could potentially get him back that $1.1 million that he lost from week 1. The deal literally did nothing different. It's the same exact thing he was going to get. What it feels like, the perception that I took away from this whole entire thing was, I think his agents realized that the Chiefs weren't going to budge. Veach and Clark Hunt were not going to change on their number. The number that they wrote in the sand is the number that they're going to deal with. That's where they were staying. And I think his agents were like, okay, like, they're not budging. This is where we're at. I know we're going to talk about the recap of week 1 here in a minute. But, I mean, the defense wasn't that bad on Thursday. Now, would they have been a lot better if Chris Jones was there? Yes. But, I think there were just a lot of things that came away from this game that were kind of mind-boggling, starting with him being at the game. So, I'm glad the deal is done. I'm glad Chris Jones is here. He's only missed 1 game, so he technically still can try to achieve this DPOY that he's going after. He still can go out and get more than 15.5 sacks than he had last year. He still has time to go out here and do these things. But, you know, my thoughts at the end of the day are he has to go out here and have a great season if he wants to go anywhere else and get the type of money that he's hoping that he deserves. He's not going to get Nick Bosa money. But if he wants to get the money that he deserves, he has to go out here and have one hell of a season and get another ring to go get the check.
And a lot of that banks on us going back to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Like a lot of his money banks on us going back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, no pressure, Chris Jones.
No, it is. And I'm waiting for them to kind of really dish out like the details of it. Like, what are those incentives? Because
they did.
I didn't see what the clause was. Like, is there an injury clause in there? Is there?
I know that the Chiefs did say they could still tag him at the end of the season, which would be a really hefty price tag. But I mean, I know that so for those who haven't seen it, and I'm sure you guys have, but the incentives were if he gets 35% playing time, he gets $1 million. If he gets 50% playing time, he gets another $1 million. If he gets 1.25 million for 10 sacks, 500,000 for 15 sacks, which is in addition to the 1.25 million for the 10 sacks.
Wait, read the line right before that one more time.
The 500,000?
The one right before that.
1.25 million if he achieves 10 sacks. And then if he gets an additional 5 sacks, so like up to 15, he will get an additional 500,000 for those 5 sacks.
So one.
And then he'll get 1 million if selected as first team All-Pro and the Chiefs play in the Super Bowl. So I believe from what I've read, it has to be both. And then if he wins Defensive Player of the Year and the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, he gets an additional 2 million. So
that's a lot for only 2 million.
I know.
DPOY and a Super Bowl
and a Super Bowl win.
I know.
And I have a strong feeling that he was like, I have a strong feeling that Chris Jones was like, duh, that's not going to be an issue. I can get that done. And his agents were like, yeah, well, we trust him. So, and they weren't like,
yeah, maybe
we should negotiate that part of the deal a little bit, because I would be like, DPOY, you get this. Winning a Super Bowl, you get this.
Right.
There's no way
they're
I probably
joined.
Combine those together.
Yeah. And what's good about this deal?
Is he really going to get DPOY this year?
I mean, he's already missed 1 game, so he's starting behind.
Exactly.
So but the good thing about this deal, if you want to call it that, is that in order for Chris to achieve and make up the money that he's losing in fines, he has to ball out. He has to absolutely ball out. And if he wants to top the first deal that the Chiefs gave him, he definitely has to ball out, because I don't know if he's going to get a deal like that after this season.
No.
So
he has to absolutely ball out. And he's already missed 1 game. Like that already hurts your chances of getting Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
So I don't know what this season looks like for him. He has to go, and he hasn't had any practice.
Right. And doesn't TJ Watt, didn't he get 3 sacks in his first game? Didn't TJ Watt? Wasn't that who it was? He got 3 sacks.
I didn't actually get to watch the Niners game, so I'm not 100%.
I watched parts of it.
Got 3 sacks. So you're already behind TJ Watt, who's got 3 sacks. And
3 sacks.
Well, and he would have easily had at least 1 against the Lions. So
yeah,
I'm like,
because we had one without him. So with him, we probably
we would have more. You would think, but he also gets double teamed a lot. So
yeah, Micah Parsons too.
Yeah, definitely Micah Parsons.
Yeah, we've been GK getting on.
Anyway,
so I feel like it's going to be a good little competition they got going on. But
yeah, he's definitely going to have to ball out.
Let's take a moment and talk about the NFL and what happened in week 1. I will say week 1 did not feel like week 1.
Week 1 was
it felt like preseason.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like preseason to me, but it just felt weird, like a full moon or something. Like the energy.
I don't know.
Like we were in an alternate universe. Like
yeah,
that's what it felt
right?
like.
Why is that?
The energy was just real bad. And it wasn't just like in one game. It was like every game. Everybody, it was a head scratcher. So
It was
we're
weird.
going to talk about 3 quick games today. So let's kind of talk about last night's game, Monday Night Football, the Jets-Bills game.
Oh,
I think that was probably the most anticipated game of the whole entire offseason. The Jets had so much happening in the offseason. They were on Hard Knocks. They got Aaron Rodgers. They just went out and paid a whole bunch of money. They got one of the Cook brothers. Like, they did a whole bunch to, like, lock and load this offense and defense and this team, I guess you could say.
yeah.
But, yeah, let's kind of get into that game just a little bit. I mean, Aaron Rodgers having the season-ending Achilles tear, which is rough as a 30-year-old quarterback. You know, the
39-year-old.
39.
40, whatever. Can he bounce back from that? Will he be able to come back after that recovery? That recovery takes how long, Chrissy?
It's 9 to 12 months. I
Right.
mean, some people came back. There was this one, I forget, some running back came back in 6 months.
Bryant, for one.
Well, but some running back came back in 6 months, but he was not nearly as explosive as he was. Was it Dobbins?
No.
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 Who am I thinking of? Who cares? It doesn't matter. Someone came back in 6 months and they probably shouldn't.
Who was? I know who you're talking about. I know.
I mean, and at the same time, though, those are two different positions, though, right?
I will say, the older you get, the harder physical therapy gets, and the harder recovering from an injury like that gets, and especially to play at a level like the NFL. I mean, when you're a quarterback, you have to be able to run. Like you just have to. I know Tom Brady.
You have to be able to be mobile.
But you have to be able to be mobile is the better way to say it. So,
and when your O-line is bad, like this.
Oh yeah, was it Cam Akers? It was Cam Akers.
Was it?
I think so.
I don't know. I'll Google it.
Sean's in our comments. I think that was him.
I'll Google it.
When your O-line is not good, like the Jets was not, and Aaron was for his wife, he's gonna have to be able to have some type of mobility.
Yeah.
I mean, they've loaded up that defense, they've loaded up that D-line. I'm sure they're gonna do that with the offense after this season. But man, Aaron was running for his life in the first 75 seconds of him being out on the field. So
I know.
It's just fortunate. But I mean, the Jets did get a win, which I'm going to go ahead and transition and talk about the Bills now, the Josh Allen. Just how great of a quarterback he is. Oh my God.
I just want to say though, like that sucks for the Jets. Like that was so much off-season hype. The Jets, the New York Jets, they don't get a break in football luck. They do not get a break in football luck. Like, oh my gosh. Like you finally get a quarterback that you think is going to be, I mean, he is incredible. He was incredible. You finally get this quarterback and you have all this offseason, like, and your team is so good. And I think that's why they still won. But just the pain as a football fan in my heart is like, it sucks. Like, I cannot imagine being in that place.
It is bad for the game having Aaron Rodgers go out like that. But can we talk about Garrett Wilson and
he is amazing.
Especially amazing. But that touchdown catch.
Oh my God.
They were asking, was that catch better than OPJ catch?
Wow.
Oh wow.
That was impressive. I will say I'm surprised.
Then the helmet catch.
I will say I'm surprised they didn't call an OPI on him because he did push off a little bit, but man, that was one.
It was too good of a catch. Like, how did you call
tight
that?
though? I mean, it could have been either way.
Refs do what they want. It's week 1 for them too.
Right. I mean, yeah. Exactly.
I didn't even care. I was just so impressed by the young guys that stepped up for the Jets and apparently, according to Garrett Wilson, Zach Wilson was the one who was behind rallying everybody up. And I know last season he was not a leader. Yeah. There was some bad comments he made. So it seems like maybe he's learned his lesson. Maybe he learned a little bit from Aaron Rodgers or whatnot. And I think he did. He did a really good job rallying the guys last night.
Did y'all watch Hard Knocks at all?
No. I have a little bit, yeah.
I know you did. In the last
No, I have.
No, Chrissy was like,
oh yeah, Chrissy has.
I don't have time to watch Hard Knocks for a team I don't care about.
In the last 2 episodes of Hard Knocks, and it's only 6, so go.
Yeah.
But you can see Aaron Rodgers really elevating as he's a leader, right? But
he is such a leader.
Leading into like that coaching, that developing, like he was out there like, this is what you should do when we run this route, or this is what you need to do on the line, or this is what you need to do in this position. And seeing him kind of do that, I was like, okay, I can see how Zach Wilson can sit behind him all through training camp and learn some things, especially because they were in front of the TV every single week. So for me, that was nice to see because I already have a perception about Aaron Rodgers. So to see him kind of be in that leadership role, be happy and energetic and outgoing, that was all new for me. Never seen that before.
It was just nice to see him in a different environment too. And he just looked so revived, like you said, like so re-energized. So I think he loved being a Green Bay Packer. And I think Aaron Rodgers is a really interesting human being. Like him or not.
Alien story.
I mean, like him or not, he has some wild stories for sure. On top of that, but like he really has such a respect for the game and the rivalries of the game and the classicness of the game. And I love that about him. Like I'm not a huge Rodgers fan overall, but like there are some things that I just love about him. And like the Packers Bears rivalry to him was so important. And, like he just took that like so to heart. And he's like, Jordan Love, like you have to like take this into your next season and like embrace this rivalry and please carry it on. And I just love that he loves like the classicness of the game because that's such a fun part of it to me. So it just sucks to see a player like that go down because I think so many of us were ready to see him as a Jet this season.
I wanted Patrick Mahomes versus Aaron Rodgers.
Same. We're never. It's not, and that's so sad that we're never going to get that
ever. I wanted to see them in the playoffs. I wanted to see Week 4, which still is not happening for the 5th time now. So
it's insane.
I do want to talk about the Bills real quick because the Bills are supposed to be the team that a lot of people have expecting to win that division. I never had them winning their division.
No, you did not.
Me neither.
A lot of people have a lot of high expectations for them. So the first question is the Madden curse real? Is it real? It didn't work for us.
I don't think it's the Madden curse. Josh Allen was the exact same quarterback he is now as he was through the mid to last season. And he's a turnover king. He is a turnover king.
Shots fired.
Like to watch Josh Allen is to know that he threw interceptions in college. He threw interceptions his rookie year. When he got Stephon Diggs, things were a lot better. But he's already regressed back to being.
But look at who his offensive coordinator was. He doesn't have that hot shot offensive coordinator anymore. And his 13. Dang. That was
I think it did.
Honestly, though.
We talked about it on this podcast.
5 in overtime, Chrissy.
What? Oh, I know he's 5 in overtime. I don't even care about that. I don't even care about that.
The NFL to change this rule to where both teams get the ball in overtime, and you've choked several times.
Oh, we had to change the entire rule for you.
I don't even care about overtime. I really don't. I don't care because here's the thing. Josh Allen threw 3 interceptions and had a fumble lost. In regular time. And guys, that's not new. He's been doing that this whole time. On this podcast, we said Josh Allen has regressed and the Bills their window has closed.
And
I know it's week 1. I know it's week 1. I get it. However, that team and Josh Allen looked exactly like they did last season.
And
sorry,
he got the ball. He got the ball first in overtime last night. And what did he do?
It went 3 and out. They went 3 and out, y'all.
I just want everybody to know that Josh Allen is trending for 52
regressing
turnovers this season based off of yesterday. That is including the 17-game regular season, not including if he goes to the playoffs.
Regressing
numbers. So Stephon Diggs will be begging for an out very, very soon. And there's two people who I want to be Chiefs players going forward. Starts with Jettas, who was also not happy, and Stephon Diggs. So I don't care which one of them want to come here next year. You're both welcome.
You're so
You're
welcome.
welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Well,
You're
the
so
Bills
welcome.
suck. The Jets won with a backup. That's all we got on that. Let's talk about the Browns and the Bengals.
Oh, please.
So just so you know, I missed the whole first half of that game because I was traveling from Kansas City back to Dallas.
I
And
was
so then
hosting
when
my daughter's
finally-
birthday party, so
I watched the entire game.
good for you.
Oklahoma and my signal was not signaling. And when I finally crossed this Texas state line, I could see. And oh, did I see? Oh, say, can you
Oh
see?
my.
So,
Here's my thing about the Bengals, you guys. Now, I have a whole different attitude towards the Bengals as I do the Bills, okay?
sorry, Orlando Brown.
Okay, Orlando Brown and Bengals, I hope you're happy. I hope you love your left tackle because
Love.
we love that you love him. Okay, we are so happy for you. Congratulations on your well-deserved left tackle. Now, Joe Burrow, I'm gonna give him the same benefit of the doubt that I'm giving Kadarius Toney. He was hurt through training camp. He will be just fine. He will rebound.
Oh.
He
Oh.
will be just fine.
They're still gonna,
They're gonna come back but three, not even 100 yards. Joe Burrow, come on, man. Like you're better than
84, 80, 88, 89 yards.
he wasn't even 90 yards. Okay, you're my fantasy quarterback in like 2 of my
Or a
leagues.
touchdown.
I didn't get a touchdown. I didn't get yards. I didn't get nothing. I got 3
How many
points.
times did he get sacked?
3 points. I don't
He
know.
got sacked like 5 times.
But let me tell
When
you,
he was
every time that Orlando Brown Jr. allows a sack, a new Chiefs fan gets its wings. You know,
That's crazy.
we get our new tomahawk chop.
Every time.
I forgot what I was just about to say. It was really something good too.
Oh, dang.
Oh
It
no.
was something about Bengals and Orlando Brown.
They deserve each other.
I
They
don't know
deserve
if
each
it's
other.
gone. It
They're
left.
so happy to have
I was
him.
gonna say it twice.
It's gonna come back. It's gonna come back.
I was gonna say it then, and then
Manifest it.
then I brought it back. Damn. But the
It'll-
Browns, man, you got to give Brown. This is not what I was gonna say, but you had all those great receivers. Y'all got this supposed to be amazing offensive line. And you know, it was funny to hear them say, but it was raining. When the hell did the
Oh
elements
my
matter?
God.
The Cowboys
hilarious.
played in a torrential downpour and put up 40. So I don't really care. I don't hear any of that. On the road.
Do not want to hear it.
On the road, right? So I just think it's extremely hilarious the amount of excuses coming out of Bengals camp when if we told y'all the left tackle was not great. We told y'all he's gonna need some help. Oh, I remember. Joe Burrow is the highest paid quarterback in the NFL.
And he just signed that contract.
Remember when we would always say Patrick Mahomes is the highest paid quarterback in the NFL? Go get an O-line. What did we do? We went and got an O-line. Joe Burrow being sacked once is a problem. He should not be touching the ground. His hands should not touch the ground. His knees should not touch the ground. Highest paid man. He should be, and you guys know he just came off of a calf injury, and they still paid him. They need to do whatever they need to do to fix that O-line, which I think they thought that they were doing in this offseason. But they need to do whatever they can because to lose the highest paid man in the NFL is going to be a major, major problem. And they clearly expect him to for the next 5, 6, 7 seasons. He's young. He's great quarterback. They now are going through the, oh my God, you see the T. Higgins issues that they're having all of a sudden. We can't pay him.
Yeah, but this is the second season in a row that they've tried to rebuild their O-line. The second offseason.
And I don't know if you saw Lyle Collins.
I was just gonna say that.
Today.
Yeah,
and he's great. You know what I mean? So I
don't know. You know, okay, so I did watch the entire game in full, and the Bengals to me, it's like they just looked defensively. They looked okay, right? They looked okay. They made some good stops. The Browns offense didn't actually look great either. Actually, not one of the AFC North offenses looked fantastic, to say that, to say the least. But the Bengals also lost. Like, it didn't look like one time like any of them knew what they were doing. Now,
were there Joe Burrow not playing in preseason? It could be that.
I get that.
But they should already have chemistry because he's not a rookie quarterback.
Right. You've been to the AFC Championship game with these guys two times.
It's his offense. It's not like he's a new quarterback in a new system. It's his offense. He's got the same weapons he's had for years.
Right. And you have some new
offense he's had for years. Yeah.
You have some new O linemen, right? But like your receivers are the same. You have like a new tight end. I get that. But like there was just it was the way he was throwing the ball too. It was like he didn't even know, like it wasn't even close throws. It was like either way overthrown, way underthrown, way to the right, way to the left. There was no consistency in anything he was doing.
I'm trying to justify for Bengals fans.
I'm not justifying anything.
I'm not either. I'm just saying.
Because the Browns had the same ball, right?
Right.
And they scored points.
Myles Garrett, not only do I want him to marry me, he's probably one of
Did you see his little dance move he did?
You mean
are you talking about Stephon Diggs right now?
No, Myles Garrett.
I was confused. I thought you wanted Stephon Diggs to marry you.
She has a lot of she has a lot of people.
Please leave me alone, okay? I'm going through a phase of my life.
Girl, me too.
We all are, okay? It's fine.
Myles Garrett makes or breaks that defense. When he is out on the field, the whole team plays with a totally different energy. And you can see that he was toying with that O-line.
Do you see his little like?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like his little dance he did.
He was on crossovers. Like he was doing a crossover move.
The little basketball move.
I was like, oh, that boy's feeling himself.
Oh yeah.
So he feeling so much longer in on this game, but it was a lot to take away. The Browns defense is really like that. I don't think Deshaun Watson was that great.
No.
I think Deshaun Watson was just okay from what I hear.
No, he was terrible.
Not be named.
He wasn't great either.
He was great.
But Voldemort was not great.
Yeah, he does not get a thought from me. I don't.
But that defense, the defense is like that, and I think that they're going to give everybody hell in that division. I can't wait to see them go. I think they go against the Ravens this week.
Ooh.
I think it's Ravens Browns.
No, Ravens Bengals.
Bengals. I'm like, I know it's another division.
The battle of the two
Ravens Bengals
last week.
So
that should be fun.
And I know we're not talking Ravens today, but they have some opportunities as well. So let's
have some work to do too, though.
Let's get into this last game. Dolphins Chargers, which was Sunday
afternoon.
Yeah. All my days are running together. Highest scoring game of the weekend.
That was crazy.
Tua looked amazing. Tyreek Hill is very much like that.
Tyreek Hill
were hanging with them. Like they were hanging.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, the Chargers don't know how to close. So I think there was one point in the game when we all were like, maybe the Chargers going to actually charge this game out. And they did it.
And they did.
What were y'all thoughts about that? Because, of course, we play all of these teams. We play these two teams before the bye week, which is really interesting. Can't wait. I will say I am glad that we play the Dolphins overseas. I am glad that we're not playing them at home.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I'm going to 7 a.m. to watch. Now, what were your thoughts about the Chargers defense? Let's start there. Both of their defenses.
Okay, so JC Jackson, man. What are you doing?
What
are you doing, dude?
Trash. Oh, retire. Wow.
He was the Dolphins' most valuable player.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good Lord. Yeah. I don't have a lot to say.
So bad.
Chargers have a ton. Okay, actually, Chargers and Dolphins have a ton of big names on their defenses. And I know we touched on this a little bit last week, Chrissy and I did, just with their defenses. And I know over the offseason, all of us have been touching on it. Like, none of us have been like overly sold on the Dolphins defense. Like, I feel like they've been overly sold as like, oh, Dolphins are going to be a top 10 defense. Dolphins are going to be this. I've never thought that at all. And to start off week 1, they did not look like it at all. No. Like they did not perform well against, and granted, the Chargers are a high-powered offense,
right?
But they looked.
So are the Dolphins, apparently.
Obviously, yeah.
Well, yeah.
But neither defense looked great at all to start. They tried different looks with each team, and they tried different schemes and different setups, and it was like nothing really worked. The run plays. It really was. The run plays were working well for the Chargers. You can't cover Tyreek Hill.
For every single time. Like, what is going on with your defensive coordinators? What did y'all do at halftime? Nothing. Y'all don't know how to make in-game adjustments. Like, it was bad from both.
It was bad. Yeah. It was just really bad.
It was a lot of fun.
It was fun. I love a good shootout. Like, I love a good offensive shootout. And Tyreek Hill is basically impossible to cover, but you have to try. You have to try. There's ways to take him away.
To take Tyreek away, and we know as Chiefs fans because we had
and they did nothing. For a whole season. The Chargers should know better because you played him for so long in your freaking division.
Exactly. I tweeted that out in the middle of the game. I said the Chargers should know better.
They should. Because you played against Tyreek for years, 2 times a year, multiple years for a long time. And you know, when the Chiefs, oh my gosh, I'm not going to get on a rant here, but let me just say this because y'all have covered it really well. The Chiefs, when we lost Tyreek, we were like, okay, well, maybe this will help make us harder to cover because it'll diversify how we play the game. Because when we had Tyreek, we were a little more one-dimensional.
Right.
How did defenses take us away or like hurt our offense that year? They played 2 high safeties, etc. I just don't know why we're not seeing that more against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
We've got the same player who is a problem. Tyreek is
they run a lot of the same plays we did.
Why with Tyreek? If people aren't going to take it away, then you're going to keep running it. But like, you guys know what to do. You can go watch old Chiefs tape if you want and see how people took him away. Like, come on, guys.
Yards in a game is
there were times. Yeah,
he will not do that against us.
No,
I just want to make that clear. Tua will not have almost 500.
No, absolutely not.
No, and Tyreek will not have over.
No, actually, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what Spags has dialed up for Tyreek Hill come that Germany game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fun game to watch.
Oh, and
Dolphins
we want Charles Omenihu back by that game.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah, we will, baby.
Thank God.
I can't wait to talk about week 9.
Okay.
So we'll save it for them. But
I just want to say though, like Charles with Chris with that D line that we already saw against. Now, the Lions have like a top 3 O-line.
We'll transition.
And I know we're going to get into this, but like, that's going to be lethal.
Go ahead. Jump into it.
It's going to be lethal.
Jump into it. Why not?
I think you pulled the wrong thing up. But it's okay. We're talking Chiefs Lions, right?
Oh yeah.
We're still in the week 1 recap.
We're week 1.
I'm just clicking buttons, y'all.
I love that.
It's okay.
So much.
Just clicking
buttons. Let's talk about that game. Let's not spend a lot of time because we lost. But yeah, let's talk about week 1. It was very interesting. The offense looked terrible. Patrick looked good.
It's very interesting.
Patrick looked good. The offense looked terrible. The defense was impressive considering all of the factors.
Yeah.
Here is my cliff note. Here are my cliff notes of the game. If Kadarius Toney, and I'm not going to be harsh on Kadarius Toney, he missed all of training camp. Okay, literally got hurt day 1. Okay, if he catches 2 balls, that game is a blowout.
Yeah.
Y'all can say it's not. It's a blowout. He catches 2 balls. The one that he juggled it over to what's his face. And then the one where he missed it when he was wide open, he would have had a touchdown. He catches 2 balls, guys, and he missed 5. He was one
Just
of
catch
5.
one. Just catch one.
Yeah. But he catches 2 and it's a blowout. So you know what? If our wide receivers can catch the ball this week, we'll be fine. I was really proud of our defense. I thought they went out, and we all thought they would too. We thought they'd go out and our defense would play with the chip. I'm not saying they were perfect. Our run game has never been good. No. We can never seem to stop the run. That's just how it is, you know. And I'm sorry, Chris Jones, that's not his strength, so he wouldn't have really made a big difference for that. Maybe a little, but not a big difference.
I was watching the game live. I was like, I don't know who I'm more upset with, KT or Sky, because they both were back.
Sky. I was more upset with Sky because he had a full training camp.
Jodi and I were at the game, and I was sitting right behind her, and every single time she just looked back at me like, I'm just like,
my mom and I were yelling something.
I've already been saying all off season it's gonna be MVS. MVS is gonna be the leading receiver on this team. He's not gonna hit 1,000.
I think we've kind of been.
He's not gonna hit 1,000 yards, but he will be the leading receiver.
He will. Yeah.
It won't be. And I just want good things for Sky.
I do. I mean, I want good things for all of them, right? Like, as our wide receivers, I want you all to succeed. But
I really, really want good things for Sky.
I do too.
I think he was a little. I think it was a really big moment for him, and we've seen in the past that maybe sometimes moments get too big for Sky.
Got a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
I know, but you look at this one, it's been a whole off season. They had banner night, and it was, I just think that maybe him playing every single snap, which he has not done before, and being, I don't know, maybe he got in his head. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Regular season Sky Moore and playoff Sky Moore, 2 different things. It's like regular season Frank and playoff Frank.
Yeah.
2 different things.
2 different things. And do I think Sky can fix these issues 100%? I do. But I was really surprised to see Sky have as bad of a game as he had, because
I know
he has been talked up so much and he had such a great training camp, and he doesn't normally have a problem catching the ball. So it was just like, what happened? So
there was just something off with him and Tony. It was just, and I don't fully know what that is.
I know exactly what it is. You lose your best player 2 days before the game, and you have to
so we should talk about that.
Your whole entire strategy.
Yeah.
This is a game plan that they have been working on.
This was a Travis Kelce game plan.
Released in April.
Yeah.
This is how we're going to go after week 1 in April. And all they've been doing is practicing and practicing and practicing.
Yeah.
And then literally 48 hours before kickoff.
Yeah.
Andy Reid probably did not sleep. I am pretty sure him and Patrick stayed up the whole entire night, the whole entire day, figuring out what does this game plan look like. Because you don't have to do that out there. So let's talk about it. Travis Kelce. I don't even remember what his injury was.
Bone contusion.
Knee bone bruise.
It's a bone contusion. It's bone bruise, same thing.
Yeah.
A deep bone bruise, right? Yeah. Apparently they have to take a whole bunch of blood out of his knee to try to get.
It's not that much. It's like a shot glass. It's only 1.5 ounces of blood. It's not that much.
It's not that much.
That's not that much.
Feels like a lot to me. But they have to remove blood out of his knee. I was about to say ankle again. To try to get some of that swelling down, to see what that was going to look like, if he was going to be ready, if he was going to be prepared. I personally, when I heard about the injury, I was like, okay, that's 2 weeks. We'll see him week 3. Sounding like he might come back this week, which is a positive.
Yeah.
Not sure if that's true or not, but.
Right. It sounds like it.
All his tests have come back positive so far, which is good. So
it's been good signs. I think Travis Kelce, no one could have anticipated this, right? And like you said,
week 1 without your second and third best player on your team.
The game plan was for him. And even Travis said, like, in his opening press conference before the game, he was like, 2 days before the game, whatever, right before he got injured. He's like, I am so ready. He's like, it's so nice to be in this game plan, see what Coach Reid has set up for everyone, blah, 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 blah. It's just so frustrating for them to come this far through the entire training camp and preseason and everything just to get injured 2 days before the game. And I mean, it was like killer to watch him on the sideline and see his facial expressions of like sadness, just not being able to play. That just sucks. Like, he is like Patrick Mahomes, where they do not want to miss a second of this because they know they have something special right now. But it kind of takes the two of them. And I do think Patrick Mahomes is capable of things without Travis Kelce. Yes. But I also feel
if his receivers could catch the ball, there's no reason we lost that game.
Nobody.
I want to say real quick.
Patrick was not 100% on his A game, but he was damn close, and he had a lot of trust.
And
he was running for his life, and through that game, you could see his confidence declining in those receivers because he was running the ball. Patrick Mahomes never runs the ball for 90 yards. Never.
No. Not unless he
was trying to win the game on his own.
Yeah.
Because he felt he had no other choice.
He was putting the game literally on his back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The only other time he lost Travis Kelce was mid-season. And by that time, he was already so comfortable in that offense and with those receivers and what they were doing that it wasn't the same kind of impact. And I think that's kind of what we experienced this night. One was it wasn't fully comfort in this offense. I feel like every quarterback has their comfort in their offense, and that's not an insult. That's not like, that doesn't take away from their greatness. That's just what it is. And I feel like Patrick Mahomes, his comfort blanket is Travis Kelce, especially in week 1. Now, if it's like week 10 and Travis goes out, I think it's completely different. I think that looks completely different.
Why do you think they started camp in April?
Exactly. Exactly.
It's important for him to build this connection with these receivers.
It's just frustrating.
I think that's a good point because the way our offense looked, and like granted, Travis Kelce's in it, obviously it looks totally different, but he wasn't. Right. It looked like they were still like with the play calls that they were still trying to figure out, hey, who's going to be this guy? And in my opinion, and I'm not an NFL coach, I know that's shocking to everybody, but
yes, you are.
To me, if you've got guys who are making the plays like Rashee Rice, Justin Watson, I thought had a good game. I know people like on him. MVS. Justin Ross had a nice catch. Why not? If it's not working,
put him in.
If it's not working with Sky, if it's not working with Kadarius Toney, if it's not working, whatever, put some other guys in and let them go. Obviously, I mean, it's better having them get some reps if our other guys aren't going to catch the ball.
But do you think that Andy Reid specifically did that because he didn't want to give up too much of the playbook?
No, I think he was. I don't think that. And I'm like, that's shocking. I know.
I go back and forth.
No, because you already know. To be a Chiefs fan is to know what the first 5 to 6 weeks looks like. Mm-hmm. Very conservative.
Very conservative.
The first half of the year. Period. It's not.
We know. Yeah. Yeah.
How many reps the CEH got? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That.
Yeah.
I don't understand the CEH usage of that game.
I don't either. I don't understand.
He was fine. He was fine. But he's third. He is third on the depth chart. Yeah. McKinnon got like no action. And Pacheco, like I know he got kind of banged up, but he seemed like he was fine after that. Why is Clyde getting the first snaps of running?
Because he did last year too.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, what are we doing?
It's like this is where it felt like we were watching preseason again because I'm like, why are we still like showing like we're showcasing Clyde?
Our number one running back. He is our number one running back. He runs like a beast. Put him in and stop giving the ball. Clyde he's not the number one back.
You definitely got to put Pacheco or McKinnon in for the fucking 4th and 31 and 4th and 2 and 3rd and 2. And
I don't even want to talk about that.
We're not going to touch on that today. But
we could, but
y'all saw how worked up I just got about that. We don't want to see me worked up. Oh boy, I was yelling for 5 minutes about that.
But I mean, there were there were a lot of things in this game after I watched it over and over again that made me think that Andy Reid was actually just trying to hold back until he got those key pieces back. I think he thought that, because if you're being technical, we should have won the game. The play calling was not that bad. The receivers were not catching the ball.
That was
So
the main
I think
thing.
he did think like what we're doing is working in the defense. He thought that they could go out and get another stop. Now that pick 6, that was disgusting.
Oh,
the defense only gave up 14 points. Like,
yeah,
defense was
And
great.
it's a top offense in the NFL. If
I'm
you
proud
hold
of
them
our
to 14 points, you should
I'm
win
proud
the
of our
game.
defense.
If you
Yes.
ask anybody before that game, hey, if the Chiefs defense can hold the Detroit Lions to 14 points, do they win the game? Everyone's like, oh yeah, obviously.
For sure.
And had our receivers caught the ball, we would have won. Now, Richard
was so
Sherman may
many
call me
interception
delusional for
drops.
that take, and that's
That's-
fine.
That's
And I love being a delusional Chiefs fan. But
That's
You're
really
so
gonna
delusional.
happen.
but but our defense did what they needed to do. Our offense was not in sync, and that was the major issue on Sunday or Thursday.
I'm gonna wait till she cuts her screen. No, I'm not. We're just not gonna have. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get into
fell
week.
down.
Yeah, but it's fine. Let's get into week 2. We do go to Jacksonville, and we play the Jags this week. And the Jags, they were pretty,
They were okay.
Their O-line was a little but
A little.
yeah, their O-line was a little but I also think that was first season by, getting the rust off, things like that. They have a trio that's outstanding. Like, really, Etienne, Jones, you can't, like, those.
They are.
So,
even Christian Kirk. Yeah.
There's a lot to talk about in this game, to digest.
Yeah.
This game. So, what are you guys' keys to winning this game?
We have to get pressure on Lawrence. He can move. I don't think he necessarily likes to do all that, but we have to get pressure on him. And with Chris Jones being back now, I don't know how many snaps, what percentage of snaps Chris is going to play, but we have to get more pressure, and we have got to step up our run game, because Etienne, if you let him take advantage of you, he's going to run all over you. And they have another guy too. Another running back.
Definitely had a pretty decent run game against them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So we have to make sure we're stopping that. And on offense, just catch the ball. That's all. As long as our offense catches the ball and our defense does what they should do, we should be fine.
Just catch the ball.
Just catch the ball. That's all I got. That's the keys to the game. Catch the ball and stop the run.
I agree. I need the secondary to be a little bit
stickier.
Yeah,
like Justin.
We're
gonna have to be.
Come on, Justin Reed. And I don't know if Snead is still battling. I actually asked during the game, is Snead still? Snead's obviously not 100%.
I thought he played pretty well though for not having a camp.
For not having a camp and not being 100%, he was okay. Yeah. But that doesn't work with these games going forward.
Right.
Like, you need Snead to be who he is. Like, he is one of the leaders in this secondary. He goes out there and he balls out usually every single game. So you can see he was kind of getting rust off too. So
yeah, for sure.
I'm really hoping that, this week he is able to be like, all right, we're playing an AFC team. These are the games that matter the most. We got to go out here and win these games. But him and Trent together, somebody said it, him and Trent together are a duo that I love. Joshua Williams, love. So Shamari Connor, love. Like, there's a lot of things happening back there that look really good. So
yeah, one thing especially about this game is it's not like the Jags don't know the Chiefs and the Chiefs don't know the Jags. This is the third time they've played each other in
less than a year.
In less than a year, because we played towards the end of regular season. We played them again in the playoffs, and now we're playing them week 2. So it's very familiar that the two teams against each other. And I have a lot of respect for the Jags. Honestly, I think Trevor Lawrence is great. I love their team. I have a lot of respect for them. Just like for Detroit, I had a ton of respect for Detroit. I have no animosity towards the Jags at all. So
Same.
I think it's going to be a really good matchup. But like I said, as long as our wide receivers can catch the ball and we can slow ETN down and our secondary is a little stickier, I think we should be just fine. So
I'm
I
not
agree.
worried about our D line at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like
I
you
thought
said,
they
I don't
did decent,
know. I don't know how much Chris Jones is going to actually play.
Yeah, I think like what
Especially
Bosa got like
because-
50-60% of his snaps.
Yeah,
If
last
you
week.
know Andy Reid, you know that he's going to bench him the first
exactly. Like Andy Reid is fed up with the nonsense from the offseason and the drama, and I would not be surprised if he's like, but then it also depends on like the pace of the game and how it's going. And if you do need to put him in, you're going to put him in.
Yeah, because here's
So
the thing.
You
cannot start 0-2.
You saw Willie Gay sit a whole first quarter. Like, we've seen him bench players for first quarters because of suspensions or whatever.
Yeah.
You've seen Frank Clark sit. You've seen Willie Gay sit. I would not be surprised if, especially because, I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and bet that I think he won't be in the first quarter.
Yeah, the thing about this game, though, is luckily with this last week, we did lose to an NFC team. Everyone else in the AFC that we care about all lost to AFC teams. Now, this is a big AFC game. If we start 0-2, that is a problem. We cannot start 0-2.
No.
This is a must-win game for the Chiefs.
Right.
It's must win.
Oh, yeah, because this game is going to figure out rankings at the end of the season.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is a very much must win. I'm actually kind of glad it's coming now because
they could lose another game later.
Yeah, you know, it's a challenge. It's a challenging game that's coming in week 2 that can definitely have implications for the end of the season. So I'm really looking forward to the matchup. I think keys to the game. I think actually the ball will be going right back to Kadarius Toney right away.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because I think that's going to be like it's going to be a need to prove kind of thing, whatever.
That's what it is. Patrick's
and then
get his confidence up early.
Yeah, and I think McKinnon will be more involved. I think Travis Kelce is going to be a huge thing if we can get him back. And then I think our D-line is going to look a lot. I mean, they already looked pretty good last week. And then, like you said, the Jags O-line wasn't great week 1.
They were okay. Like,
they were okay.
They were all right. I've seen them be a lot better.
But we've seen Trevor Lawrence be mobile, but we've also seen our defense take care of him. So I think a guy we need to look out for is Cisco again, because he was huge last year against us on their secondary.
Yeah.
Against our wide receivers, especially Juju, as we all saw last season.
Yeah.
And he has not slowed down this season. So he's someone I'm going to be watching for against our wide receivers is Andre Cisco.
He is the one I'm not a big fan of for this. If I'm going to pick anyone on the Jags,
I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan of.
I'm really also just hoping that they play clean and not dirty.
Same.
I would love to see people come out of this game healthy and not.
Please. Yeah.
For both sides. We don't want any more injuries.
It should be interesting, actually.
I think Travis Kelce might be a little limited. I don't think he's going to get a ton of snaps if he is active Sunday. I'm like,
I think he'll be active.
See, yeah.
I think had we beat Detroit, there was going to be a better chance of him sitting week 2. But since we didn't, I feel like he's going to do everything.
And he's going to be wanting to be on that field and playing this game. Like, it's not going to be easy to keep him off. And then I'm actually excited to see Jawan Taylor because he used to be on the Jags last season.
Yeah.
So, and there was some controversy with him.
Yeah.
And there shouldn't have been.
In the Twitterverse.
There
should not have been. But, and Andy Reid, even, I mean, it's just like Twitter doctors. They all come out of the woodworks like, oh, I know what this injury is. Oh, I know what this is.
They got their degree.
Oh, I know what this penalty is. Like,
School of Google Medicine.
It's like, I think my head coach knows better than you do. I think the referees know better than you do. But please tell me what Jawan Taylor did that was so
I can't
illegal.
wait to hear them talk about it every single week because it's not changing. So
It's not going to.
What's funny
Exactly.
is how many pictures of different tackles have come out since the Chiefs game that nobody is complaining about. But since, they decided to bring it up on Thursday Night Football and everybody hates the Chiefs, they're like, oh, but look, he's leaving early every time. And I'm not going to lie to you, when we played the Jags,
and it's even the NFL analysts are saying it.
Yeah, but what's funny is you look at like Mitchell Schwartz, he's in the O-line. He knows the rules,
amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, guys, like,
this is normal.
Yeah, it's normal. And like, but literally they pulled screenshots of almost every O-line, and they're doing the same thing that Jawan Taylor is. Now, to us as fans, yeah, it might look like, hey, his foot is wiggling. Why isn't that a false start? Or he's starting further back. But you look at the dumps he's getting, he is going like right when that ball is stepped. It's actually really impressive, actually.
It is.
They should be better. Every other tackle should be better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Watch his film.
Sorry.
Go with him. Go catch fishes and sharks with him in the off season. Be like Jawan. Do what you want to do. Be jealous.
He may leave early every once in a while. That's going to happen, but it happens to every tackle. So get over it and move on.
It's still an upgrade. But no, I will say, I think my keys to the game, they're pretty similar. Catch the ball, please.
Please.
Secondary, be strong. Defense, pick up where you left off last week. O-line, keep holding up because Patrick still did not have any sacks, which is amazing. So keep Patrick off of the ground. Keep him protected.
Yes. Do not let him get touched, please.
And I think that's really all I got. I do think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be hopefully high score in the 20s, in the high 20s, hopefully. I guess we can get into score prediction.
I hate score predictions so much. Just hate them so much.
Who wins this game and what's your score? Who needs to win this game more?
The Chiefs need this game more. We 100% do. Like, you can't tell me the Jags need this more. No, you can't tell me the Jags need this more. We cannot go 0-2. We just can't.
Is that because you're a Chiefs fan?
We just can't. Well, no. The Jags are like, yeah, of course we need this game, but no, we cannot go 0-2. Okay, we just can't do it. Chiefs Kingdom, I don't want to deal with y'all if that happens.
Lord, okay? Pray for us. Pray.
My score prediction, my head is telling me 27-24. I don't want it to be that. I don't want that at all. No, is that what yours says?
Oh my God.
I can't see it. It says under typing. That's all I can see. Is that what, does it say 27-24? Does it say that in your notes?
Yeah, I'll take a screenshot and send it to you.
Okay, we're all feeling 24 because I was feeling 30-24.
I like 30-24 much better. But
I was feeling 30-24. That was my prediction.
I think this is another game we win by 3. I thought we were going to beat the Lions by at least 3. We beat them by 1. I mean, we lost by 1. Whatever. I think every game is. I'm gonna tell you this. I think every game this season is gonna be within 3 or 6. I don't think anything is gonna ever be over 10.
Patrick does that on purpose. Remember?
That's what he said. So fun. Thanks, Patrick.
So fun, Patrick. So fun. My heart rate notification doesn't pop up on my watch every time I'm watching.
Keep it close to the end.
Yeah, I have 27-24 as well.
It's so funny.
I do think we go there and win because we have to. Not like
we literally have to. Like, there's no other option.
Yeah, we gotta. And again, we were blessed this week because there were a lot of teams that lost in the AFC this week. Praise the football guys.
So the crazy thing is there's 32 teams and only I think it was only 6 in the AFC that won total.
It was just
and one of them was the Raiders.
The Raiders are leading the AFC West, by the way.
Enjoy that, Raiders fans.
They're enjoying this moment.
I love
I love this for them. Moment.
It's nice to have a positive every once in a while.
I don't think I ever love anything for the Raiders, but sure, have your moment.
It's the only time you're going to be above 500 while you're here. We see the Tom Brady effect is working. Great job.
I mean, what, Tom? What you doing?
He wasn't in the game. He was in Foxborough. He wasn't even
That's
there.
disgusting. I can't actually be happy for the Raiders, but
He wasn't even
This
there.
is sarcasm, Lexi, but don't forget, sarcasm doesn't work on Twitter.
never.
Everybody has to get over it.
Never.
Wait, don't the Chargers and the Broncos play this week?
I don't know.
I actually don't know.
Somebody's gonna go 0-2. Hold on.
I would love
Please.
I would love the Broncos to somehow come out and beat the Chargers. I would just love it. I would love that for them.
They play the
Who do the Chargers play this week?
Never, ever, ever get back together.
Oh no, don't start with Taylor Swift. We know those rumors. There's
That's
rumors
Travis's
now.
boo. Hey.
Travis is dating Taylor Swift apparently.
Maybe.
No, it's not. It's not right.
My coworkers brought it up at 4:30.
There's no way.
I heard about it this morning.
Ain't no way.
I don't believe it for a second. And I was like, guys, first of all, while Jodi's looking this up, we'll go on a little tangent. How does Taylor and Travis have any free time right now? Let's just be real.
They don't.
What free time could they have had to quietly be hanging out? And how could two people with the popularity that they have be quietly hanging out anywhere?
Quietly.
Figure it out, people.
The Raiders play the Bills. The Chargers
play the
Titans, and the Broncos play the
Commanders.
Oh, nasty.
I don't know what is happening upstairs.
I honestly don't even know what to say of those games. Do you think the Raiders can upset the Bills?
No. Sorry, I shouldn't. Sorry.
I think the Raiders defense.
That's about a lot more disrespect.
I think Josh Allen is going to get a lot of pressure and probably will get sacked with that Raiders defense.
I think he's going to ball out this week, and everyone will be like, "Week 1 was a fluke."
How many interceptions
is
he going to have?
16. I mean,
right. He's still going to have.
Why not?
This weekend?
This weekend he'll have 16 interceptions.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah, good for them, right? Let's
Might
take
as well.
the Bills and get out of here.
Oh, God.
Raiders. Okay.
Wait, what?
I don't know what's happening.
Raiders,
figure out what
Bills.
she's talking about.
Who do and then Bengals, Ravens.
That's going to be an interesting game.
Who wins that one? I
don't know who wins that one. It depends because let me tell you, I had Joe Burrow and I played against Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I have Joe Burrow.
And let me tell you, Joe Burrow got 3 points, Lamar Jackson got 7. So
yeah, it was not great.
It was not great for either team. So
No.
where is the game?
Lamar
Is it
Jackson
in Baltimore?
It's in Cleveland. I mean Cincinnati.
Oh, I was like, well,
Cleveland.
that's weird. Is there a snowstorm? Did they have to move?
Lamar Jackson actually tweeted out, he was like, I'm a little bit rusty after the game.
Yeah, he did.
I was like,
okay.
Well, I guess you can tweet that when you win.
He didn't play at all in preseason.
No. And also, can we talk about not playing your players in preseason? Because I think it shows.
Yeah. Though our wide receivers don't have an excuse. So they looked like they didn't play in preseason.
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm just saying.
All right.
We're done.
Get out of here. Thank y'all so much for hanging with us today. But we got to shout out to the sponsor. Thank you to the sponsor.
Sponsor.
Incredibly refreshing, 100% fruit. When you open the can, it's like champagne. It's gonna very clean, very refreshing. We gave away almost 50 cans at the home opener, which is nuts to even think about. Lots of great content. The fans loved it. It was burning hot at Arrowhead.
It was so hot.
Very clean, refreshing, cool. It is the only Black-owned seltzer in the United States. Not in the city. In the United States.
In the U.S.
There are 13 locations that you can go get it from, but I personally go and get mine from Border Brewery in the Crossroads. So if you have not had it, go get it. When you go get it, let us know. And yeah, we can go from there. But thank you to the sponsor. Shout out to Ken.
Shout out to Ken.
Chrissy, go get
We
your
love
Ken,
you.
please.
I don't have time.
Yeah.
I just don't have time to drive across state, like over there. That's far
I mean,
away.
it's all on Missouri side.
I don't go to downtown. Downtown scares me, y'all. Like I don't go there.
The Crossroads is nice. What?
I just don't go there.
Mission Taco? What?
I don't go downtown ever.
Well,
I'm
good
just
luck.
I like to stay in my little
We're gonna figure out how to get you some at some point.
bring some to Lee Summit. Bring some to Lee Summit and I will grab it immediately.
I live in
Because
Dallas.
seltzers are the only thing that I will drink. I don't drink, y'all, but seltzers are the only thing that I will have a drink of.
95 calories.
Really
It
jealous.
is delicious.
Yeah, I'm real
And
jealous.
it's pure
Wrap
fruit.
us up and close us out.
All
I'm
fruit.
hungry.
Me too. I told my kids to go make me dinner, and I've heard a lot of booming upstairs, so it doesn't sound like that's going well. I don't know, but it sounds. I'm a little scared to go upstairs. So, guys, we play the Jags on Sunday at noon. I'm so excited. I like noon games. I know people.
It's like
don't,
our one noon
but
game.
It's I do like noon games. Then we have a
Aside
noon
from
game on
Christmas Day,
Thursday.
this is
Yeah.
our one noon game, so
Yeah,
enjoy it.
so-
I'll get my whole day. I love it.
I'm very excited. It's going to be a great game. Jags fans, like nothing but respect for y'all. A majority of y'all have been very respectful after, last season. So looking forward to another tough contest between the two of our teams. And so go grab yourself some Ken Seltzer. Enjoy the game on Sunday. And hopefully we'll come back on Tuesday and we'll be in much happier spirits. So
We better win.
Oh God.
So
I
until
hope
next
so.
time, your queens have spoken.
Bye.